What if America is the true biblical land of milk and honey? So this is the topic we discuss here on my channel. I get a lot of questions about the honey part. Well, this could not be the land of milk and honey because honeybees are not native to America. Or at least that's the common understanding. But let's go a little deeper. So while it is true that the European honeybee, which is the kind of classic honeybee that we all think of, is not native to North America, and that these honeybees were introduced by Europeans when they came over from Europe and settled in America, in North America, it is also true that there are other kinds of wild bees that are native to North America that produce honey as well. And indigenous Americans have harvested honey from bees for ages. Here's a reference from History to Go at .utah.gov about Native Americans, the Shoshones, gathering wild honey in the fall. And this is in the Utah area, which is Judah. Here is an old document I found from 1879. It's also referencing honey, wild honey, talking about Americans in the Southwest. It says they live as they can. They plant a little corn and potatoes, raise small herds of cattle, and gather wild honey. Here is another interesting article. This is actually talking about Native Americans in the California area and also referencing them collecting wild honey. Wild honey was very common in Mexico. In the Yucatan people, I'm probably pronouncing everything wrong, but also the Mayans were known for making this drink. I am not even going to attempt to pronounce that. But it was an ancient Mayan elixir. It traces back to ancient Maya. It's made from fermented honey. Here's another great reference material. The Amerindian uses of honey, wax, and brood from nests of stingless bees. This article is talking about on the Alanos, I can't read that, it's underneath the text on my end, but of northern South America, there was much honey from 4 or 5 sorts of bees. The breeding and use of Melipona bees, I'm sure I'm not saying that right, I'm sorry, native to the Americas, is an ancestral practice for several indigenous peoples. This activity, called meliponiculture, I'm not saying that right, is part of their, I'm sorry, that's under the text on my end and I can't read it. You guys can read the last line there. Something, something, and worldview. It's underneath the question on my end and I can't remove it to read it. Here's some more information about wild bees versus domestic bees. It says, although the natives in America obtained their honey from species of bees not present in Europe and Asia, early European settlers brought honeybees from Europe, which have since become the common honey producers in North and South America. So it says that the natives in America got honey from a different species of bees, not the common European version that we think of nowadays. They have also found an ancient fossilized honeybee in Nevada, which they did not think was native to the area at all, but now scientists are questioning if perhaps it actually is native to the area. Anyway, there you go. There's my little snippet on honeybees. There was definitely honey in America before the Europeans arrived. So yes, it could technically be the land of milk and honey.